Okay, what's up, you all? I've got a Neace update, some cool stuff, such as Nemesis made a YouTube short on one of my videos, as you can see here. That's cool. I'm really glad that more people are spreading awareness to the Neace cause, I guess, showing out who Neace really is, and this is just a crazy clip. I'm glad it got some more traction on YouTube Shorts, as it got banned from Reddit when I posted it, for some reason. I really don't know why. But yeah, I've got some other stuff to go over, some crazy ideas Neace has been saying, Neace saying he's better than the boss, calling the boss potentially a drug addict, and just some crazy stuff from Neace. Yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so first, as you can see, he's Platinum 2 right now, pretty horrible, and he's been playing a little bit on his new account, not his new account, sorry, his old account recently, and just still losing a lot on it, and that's not surprising, but yeah, he's just doing bad on it. He's not even willing to give it up yet. Yeah, he's gonna get 30 on his other account soon and start losing on it too. But something I want to show is a clip of Nemesis reacting to. I believe it has to be from me. That more people are exposing Neace, and a big content creator can expose Neace and show some of the stuff I've been saying about him and some of the stuff I've seen on his stream. But yeah, there's also other shorts of people talking about Neace's coping, so I'm really glad that like all of this exposing of Neace is continuing and it's growing, and obviously it started before I started doing it, and I'm obviously just one small proponent of the big Neace exposed machine, and obviously I do some other things. I might make some other videos again, but you know, I'm just glad that other people are exposing him, and like this is another video of someone calling out Neace for coping.
Have more impact. They offset the jungle diff. Used to be laner feeds.
I don't think jungle is bad. I don't think.
Like, this is just an example of Neace saying that jungle is bad and that laners have more power. That doesn't make any sense. And yeah. Okay, and this is going to be Neace talking about the Baus FFs, a challenger player, hit challenger this season. I made a video on him. I think he's actually a really good player. He doesn't always try necessarily fully hard, and he obviously has a lot of fun with the game in some way. I think Neace could learn a lot from that. But yeah, he's a challenger player in EU West, a fairly difficult server. Very impressive player, even if he isn't always challenger. He's hit challenger pretty much every season recently, and yeah, he can play mostly Sion obviously, but he's played other champions. He's starting to learn Alawi. He's played Volibear in the past. He's played Quinn. He is really a proficient player. I believe he was actually like a backup or something for a pro team I've heard in the past. So obviously a lot more skilled than this guy right here. This skeleton of a human right here.
Are you familiar with the boss? He climbed in Korea.
He did.
Plays
he hit challenger.
One role, 10 years straight, makes no educational content, does nothing for the community. What?
Okay, now Neace is saying that Baus does nothing for the community. The Baus makes great content for the community that makes people laugh and have fun. Neace, your content makes people sad and depressed, and you yell at them, and it doesn't actually educate them because you suck at the game. Like, you're like, oh, he's doing nothing for the community, you stop making educational content. Like, what? The boss makes way better content than you do, Neace. I actually enjoy the boss's content. I don't enjoy your content. Like, no one does, unless they're a diluted Neace fan with, like, a Neace shrine and a Neace dildo and, like, whatever. Like, this is actually insane. And, Neace, you have tried to climb one roll and stuff. You were trying top lane failed. You tried jungle failed. So you're pretty much failing every role. Like, you've tried every role you've tried to stick to roles. You just can't because you fail at them, and then your mental breaks. Like, Neace, if it's really as simple as playing one role, just play one role. You've tried to play one role. You tried to play in jungle for months straight, hundreds of games straight. You tried playing top for months straight, hundreds of games straight. You couldn't climb on either of them. You even tried one-tricking champions. You tried one-tricking your Fiora, you're one-tricking your Tryndamere, one-tricking your Hakram, and one-tricking your Kindred. Those are the main ones. He's obviously played stuff like Zac, Mayokai, other ones in between. But he has tried to one-trick, like probably more than Baus in some ways. But he just can't stick to it because he has a bad mental and because he sucks at the game, and when he doesn't see the results he wants, he just moves on. What a dumbass here. This is just truly painful for me to watch.
Whatsoever. Plays one role on full autopilot like a fucking drug addict. And then
okay, and now he calls the boss a drug addict. Like, this is so insulting to the boss. Like, I mean, he obviously has like a drug addict, but Neace, you're the one that I actually legitimately think has a substance abuse problem. Like, the boss, he has a very healthy relationship with the game, actually, in many ways. He doesn't even play that much. He can hit high elo. He's okay with losing or dying sometimes, and he always at least gives it what he can most of the time. He doesn't just hold his team hostage like you do. He doesn't, like, troll his team. He doesn't just try out random champions all the time because he thinks he's losing on his on his main champion because his teams are bad. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, this is just really slanderous from Neace to say to such a good person.
Here pretend, oh yeah, he's such a better player. No, he played one style.
Okay, now Neace is saying he's better than the Baus. Neace is saying he is better than the Baus. Like, how can you say that when he hit Challenger this season and you hit Platinum 2 with a 45% win rate this season? Like, Challenger EUS with 60% win rate versus Platinum 2 Korea with 45% win rate. Neace thinks that the Platinum 2 with 45% win rate Korea is above the Challenger, and that's just insane to me. Absolutely mental. Yeah, like, let me know about what you thought about that. That's crazy. I'm gonna go talk about some of the ideas Neace has to fix ranked right now. And I've talked about this before, obviously, but pretty much his ideas are pretty much make him Challenger, and, yeah. So this is a recent video he made, and, as you can see, he, details a lot of stuff, but one of the main things he wants to do is hard reset the ladder into 2 tiers. So either if you're Platinum Plus, you're going to start in 1 tier. And then if you're Iron to Gold, you're starting another tier. So obviously all Iron players and Gold players will be matched in the same level. So Gold players are going to hate that, obviously. I mean, that's just like, that's kind of a small thing, but I mean, Gold players make up a fairly significant amount of the active player base, so I'm sure they wouldn't be too happy about that. And then he wants to be Platinum Plus, of course. I wonder why it's Platinum Plus when this tier is Plat 2, and why he wants to be put in the same tier as Challenger players. I wonder why, really. I really do. I wonder why it's not Diamond Plus. I wonder why it's Platinum Plus. Obviously, it's because he wants to be able to be put in the quote-unquote high tier. This diluted drug addict right here. But, he wants to put on the high tier. And then he wants to have the same MMR as Challenger players. So that he can get carried. If he gets carried in enough games, supposedly he'll be able to hit high elo off of that. And that's his idea. He also has crazy ideas about, like, no dodging and smurfs and stuff, and if you're inactive on an account for 3+ months, you pretty much, I don't even know what this means, but you pretty much have to display a lot of normal accounts, normal games and stuff like that, I think, or maybe you get bad games. I can't even tell what that is, but, you know, Neace pretty much, he wants to discourage smurfing, which is weird, because he's making a new account, right? He already has 2 accounts in just a few months here in Korea. It's like not even half a year in Korea yet. And he already is making a second account. Like, Tyler 1 didn't do that. No one else in Korea really did that. But yeah, and he also wants to be put in the same tier as Challenger players. And one of the main things I heard about Neace is that he made a YouTube short about this. Alright, and so this is Neace's video on getting rid of dodging. And it's pretty crazy in my opinion, but let's see.
That got like long arms. Let me show you how dodging
Okay,
should be removed. Usually you have pick and bans, right? After the bans end, dodging is gone. You should not be able to dodge anymore. If you didn't dodge, you're stuck in that game. You're taking a loss. If the game goes through and loads or whatever and you leave, you're taking the loss. Everybody else gets like partial loss or whatever, but you're losing that game.
So pretty much, this is a horrible idea because it gives trolls so much power. What if something comes up while you're still in Champ Select and you need to leave? I mean, I would say the main reason, though, is trolls. Like, if you see someone walking in Shaco with, like, Ghost Cleanse in the mid lane, you just dodge, right? But in this case, it's really not incentivizing that. Like, you can't even, like, this is a horrible idea, and Neace likes to do this because, he just wants to get into games very fast. I don't even know why. I think it's also because Neace doesn't dodge quite as much as he perceives other people to, and so he thinks it's unfair that they're abusing it while he's not, but, I don't think that dodging is that necessarily important, and I don't think that Neace dodges less than other players. Neace dodges at least as much as other players. And I've seen that on his streams. He dodges at least in like an average amount. He dodges like at least as much as I do, for example. And yeah, he'll dodge all the time, frankly. And I don't think that this is realistic. No one would like it again. And his ideas to balance the game are just crazily stupid. Like, having all Gold players and Iron players be put in the same rank, and then all Platinum and Challenger players put in the same rank. Like, what's the idea behind that? Like, that will still cause a massive skill mismatch, and will make players in, like, Gold especially really unhappy. Like, imagine being a Gold player and put in Iron games. Like, Gold players would pretty much just quit the game after that, right? I don't know. If you're Gold, let me know. Let me know about what you would do in that situation, but, I'm sure I wouldn't be too happy if I was in that situation. I mean, yeah, he just doesn't know what he's doing, and he's coping a lot more. And as you can see, he has videos here called stuff like Riot officially endorse Smurf accounts, and so pretty much, like, why would Riot even hate Smurf accounts really? I don't even get it. Makes people play the game more. Like, no one wants to just play on their main account all the time. Like, Neace, you're supposed to be smurfing in the elo you're playing in. You're playing in, like, gold and plat. If smurfs can ruin your games, Neace, like your gold and plat games, then why can't you carry them? If smurfs carry them when you see them on the other team, or if you see them on your team, shouldn't you be carrying? You're supposedly a challenger player, Neace, right? Challenger player, that's a pretty big smurf in my opinion. I think you can be a smurf any server if you're challenger. If you hit challenger NA, you're a smurf any server, okay? That's just how it is, like. But Neace thinks that smurfs are ruining his game. This is another piece of cope that he has. And, like, his ideas are just completely crazy. Like, I don't even know what's wrong with them. And here you can see, this is another video of Nemesis, obviously. I'm glad that Nemesis is starting to make videos, you know, calling Neace out a little bit. And this is one of him calling out Neace for saying that pros wouldn't be able to hit Challenger with the right accounts. And he said stuff like this a lot before. He's called out people like TF Blade and a lot of pros that could hit Challenger really, really fast in his situation. And, like, Nemesis here didn't even have a Riot account when he hit Challenger Korea. So, Neace's excuses really aren't applying. But yeah, I'm just going to get into this.
What Riot did was they made these pro accounts with this high, crazy MMR and all this bullshit.
By the way, it's like Diamond MMR, so.
So that they could basically protect their pros from this fucking solo queue.
Would pros really get stuck in this?
Wait, is he trying to say that he can't climb because he doesn't have a Riot account? That can't be true. I didn't have a Riot account and I sped run to Challenger in like 2 weeks.
Nemesis here could hit Challenger in 2 weeks, and there are even more cracked players than him on solo queue. Like, Neace, you should be able to get at least somewhat close to him if you're really a multi-season, multi-server Challenger.
Well, what is he saying? If you're in Diamond and you're supposed to be good, then I guess you're not good.
Yeah, I guess you're not good.
Make it out of
That
Diamond.
is so true.
This guy actually thinks if Showmaker didn't have a Riot account, he wouldn't just be Challenger in a week? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, this is so true. Like, obviously, he would actually hit high elo if he was high elo, but he's not, okay? And, like, that's something I've been saying for a while. Some Neace fans won't accept that, but it's really the situation. If you're stuck low elo, it's gonna be your fault a little bit. You know, it's not. I'm not trying to insult you if you're low elo or whatever, or like there's nothing wrong with it. But if you're like gold 4, you're not as good as a challenger player. Like Neace being stuck in platinum 2 with 40% win rate, he's not as good as a challenger player. Like, it's all the same thing. And you have to realize that. And there's nothing wrong with it. You can improve, but Neace won't realize it. And he's his freaking canyon palace of lies, I guess you could say. His palace of lies is just crumbling at this point, and that's what's really making him upset. Like, the fact that he said so much in the past and he can't back it up, that's what's making him upset, and his ego cannot handle it. He just can't. But anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Yeah, like, tell me about what you think of Neace going off on the boss. What you think of his terrible idea for what Riot should do to solo queue, and also just anything else down in the comments below. Hope you enjoy, and see y'all later.